As you can see, it's 4:50 in the morning. I'm about to head out. I'm actually running a little bit late. Trying not to be too loud because Raven's still sleeping, but first thing I do in the morning is make it to the gym right before PT to get it in. So welcome to a life of an XO. Good morning. All right, so the time is now 6:07. I just left PFC gym. I'm turning into our company building now. Actually, I'm not supposed to be parking here because they gotta plow the parking lot today. So actually I gotta find another place to park. But the time is now 6:07. I had to cut my workout a little bit short. Usually I'm leaving the gym like right at 6:15, so I left like around 6 o'clock. I did just a little bit of bench. I did some upper body accessories. I had to cut it short. And I didn't do my deadlifts as a part of my workout this morning because I'm going on a group run this morning during PT. And whenever I do deadlifts in the mornings, I just can't run as fast as I want to. I just kind of tear my hammies up a little bit. So before I do a group run, I'll usually skip deadlifts, and I either do it on a different day, or I'll go to the gym again like during lunch or in the afternoon. But not a necessity for today. I did a pretty good workout this week, got some good things out of the programming, so today was just a little upper body day. So right now I'm about to head inside the company building as soon as I get parked, and then get ready for a run. All right, so first things first, I'm not very mobile or limber, or I don't have a lot of mobility. I'll put it that way. I'm not flexible at all. So as an XO, after I go to the gym in the mornings from usually 05 to usually about 06:15, I come to the company for formation, and then like I have one soldier that I'm over, so whenever he's here, we can work out together. But right now he's on con leave because he just had foot surgery, so it's just me. So usually I'll work out with First Sergeant Commander if he wants to work out as well, and that's pretty much it. So once I get to PT for formation, like around 6:20, 6:25, I just go ahead and I start doing some kind of core, or I'll do some kind of like stretching routine, not yoga. I'm not gonna say I do yoga because I don't do yoga, but I'm just trying to focus on my mobility and just overall health. And then after that, I'll do some kind of cardio. I got a beanie in my hair, but I'm just knocked out quick 2.5 mile jog with the First Arm. Slick day outside. Snow's starting to melt a little bit on the roads. All right, now usually what we do in the mornings is we meal prep. So for breakfast, usually there's gonna be like egg muffins, or sometimes we'll do like a protein shake or whatever. But on mornings like these, let me turn this light on. On mornings like these, where it's kind of like a rush or whatever, you don't always have time to, so you gotta kind of make do. So what I did is I called in a breakfast burrito. I'm about to make a protein shake real quick as well, just because I got back from the gym, and go ahead and get the day started. I've been doing a lot of almond milk lately with my like protein shake in the morning. I'm not really a big fan of almond milk by itself. I really like regular milk, more protein in it anyways, but the almond milk makes your protein drinks a lot sweeter. And right now I'm using the Nutter Butter flavor, so it makes it taste freaking amazing. All right, so as you may or may not know, my wife, she graduated from UGA, University of Georgia, and we got these AJC magazines sent up by my parents a couple weeks ago after UGA won the national championship. So I just got these frames in from Amazon, and now the magazines look freaking amazing. official. So this is gonna go in her office as soon as she sees it. So I always talk about like this crazy, I call it a phenomenon up here in Alaska, where it gets too cold to snow, which being from Georgia and coming up to Fairbanks, I didn't think that was a thing. But usually when it gets like below like -10 degrees, it's usually too cold to snow. So we don't see a lot of snow up here in Fairbanks unless the weather actually warms up to like use like the positive temperatures. So starting about Saturday this past weekend, the weather has started to pick up a little bit. So right now we're at 19 degrees. So yesterday and this morning we got a good bit of a snowfall. So yeah, it's good to see snow because that means that the weather is starting to warm up. However, I also don't like shoveling out the driveway. All right, I got my coffee. I got my breakfast burrito, fully loaded, but with no sour cream. I don't mess around with that sour cream stuff, man. And now headed to the office. Now, one thing about me is I've always liked coffee, but I never really needed coffee. I didn't start needing coffee really until I took over as the XO. Like, when I tell you, like, my workload is a lot busier than just being a platoon leader. Like there's some mornings where like I come in, like usually I'm turned up. What's going on with the camera right now? Let's get back in focus. And usually I'm turned up in the mornings, and I still am. I still like to come in the mornings with a bunch of energy. And you know, I like to get the soldiers active, and you know, it's just fun. I like being around the soldiers, but the workload, like for being an XO, has just picked up. And I started. It started out as me drinking like one little coffee every morning, to that coffee turning into me getting like a large coffee, to that large coffee turning into like me bringing just my Yeti and filling it up. And like every morning, and like I'll stop at the mini shopette, I'll fill up my coffee, and then you know I get to it. So this is the type of shit we got to deal with up here. Clearing off the top of this trailer. It got about 2 feet of snow on top of it over the weekend. And motor pool maintenance, we got to clear this shit off. So I guess I'll go back to helping now. Now I'm in our wind mat. This is where we keep all of our vehicles at in the winter time primarily. Sometimes we keep some vehicles in here during the summertime, but it doesn't really matter too much because I mean it's warm outside. Our vehicles aren't just out sitting outside at -30-degree temperatures. So we got these wind mats built a couple of years ago, so it's been a lot of help. When I first got up here, we didn't have these wind mats at all at Wainwright, which is like crazy to me because you'd think that up here in Alaska we'd have a bunch of structures like this to keep our vehicles warm. So Brigade's been doing a great job with getting these wind mats built up so we can keep our vehicles inside during the winter so that it's not just exposed to those crazy temperatures. And then our soldiers have a warm place to conduct maintenance on Mondays. With that being said, like we can't just, you know, PMCS our trucks inside without taking it out. It's like having your car running in the garage. You have to take them outside, the PMCS it, then bring it back inside. However, it makes it a lot easier because your trucks aren't just sitting outside every single day. So these wind mats are a great structure. It stays about 60 degrees or so inside. There's like a tank outside that you have to fill up every, I don't know, a couple days or so, and it regulates the temperature. Other than that, like it's perfect place to, you know, keep your vehicle stays, and then it also gives you another place to conduct PT in the morning whenever it's just too cold to run outside. So like sometimes we'll have like soldiers like in the corner or whatever, like doing like sprints down the wind mat, down like, you know, down and backs or whatever. You can get creative. You can do suicides in here. You can do muscle failure as well if you want to just come and do muscle failure in a different location. It just gives you a warm place to conduct PT, a warm place to PMCS your vehicles and keep your vehicles warm throughout the winter. So there's our wind mat. Taking a look at my water buffalo. So this is where we keep all of our water in the wintertime. Well, anytime we go out to the field, this is where we keep our water and our water buffalo. And before we go out to the field, our water buffalo needs to be serviced, needs to be inspected to make sure that it's clean, that, you know, it's just safe to drink out of. You don't want to go out to the field and drink water out of a water buffalo that hasn't been, you know, properly cleaned, properly inspected to make sure that soldiers aren't out there getting sick, you know what I'm saying? So that's our priority today, is just making sure that our water buffalo is good and clean, it's serviced, so when we go out to the field in a couple weeks, we're good to go and we're drinking safe water. Alright, if I can stay in focus, hopefully I do. So this is one of the challenges that we have up here. I'm going to take my mask all the way off because I'm outside. So this is one of the challenges that we have up here. So all of our Connexes are always outside, right? And whenever we get a lot of snowfall, like we'll have operators come through, civilians usually come through and help like push the snow in our motor pool. However, this is what we run into. So as you can see, like these snow berms are in front of all our Connexes. So in order to open the Connex, you actually have to come out here and you have to shovel the snow in order to open up your Connex. Now that might sound like, oh, that's not that big of a deal, you're just moving snow, but at the same time it kind of is, because it's frustrating whenever there's a lot of snow and we have to open up our Connexes. It's no one's fault, it's just a part of, you know, being up here in Alaska. So you know that whenever it's time to open up the Connexes, you got to come out here and clear snow for the most part. So whenever we have downtime, we just try to make sure our line is, our Connex line is good to go. It just makes life a lot easier. So summertime, this is our Charlie line, right? So summertime, we have our truck starting on this side of the motor pool all the way down to the very end. Obviously, all of our trucks are inside the wind mat, which is this structure right here. But this is where we keep all of our trucks at in the summertime. Along this line, there's never a snow berm there in the summer, obviously. But this is where we keep everything at. So right now we have just the equipment that we're not prepping to take to the field, so we don't have a lot of things on our line. But this is pretty much how a motor pool would look in the summertime.
I could try to cruise, but cruising will eventually catch up to it.
We are out here pretty much in the middle of nowhere doing route recon. So like I told you before, we're doing a field exercise in the next couple of weeks. Out at one of the long halts for one of our checkpoints. I'm hoping that you can see the mountain chain. I'm trying to walk to a better location so you can actually see it. But we're doing a recon right now just so we can identify where all of our checkpoints are going to be at, take updated pictures for our convoy, and then to identify like any hazards or anything like that that might come up on the route. You can see the mountain range kind of back there in that area. It's kind of hard to see behind these trees, but this is a pretty nice little area.
I still got good service.
All right, recon complete. Back at the office now, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's the end of the day, damn near, and I don't really want to show like the meetings and stuff that we go to as an XO, but pretty much our main focus as an XO is going to be like maintenance, supply, and just assisting out the commander with just whatever other tasks that he or she might have. And then also the development of the other lieutenants. So as an XO, you're seen by your lieutenants in your company kind of as like a lieutenant mentor, because most of the time you've had some PL experience. So if you get like a brand new lieutenant who is about to take over a platoon, you can kind of guide them, show them the ropes a little bit, and they kind of look to you to like send them products and pretty much show them the way. So that's kind of like, you know, what I do here. So just let me know what type of videos you want to do. If you like the day in the life videos, put that in the comments below. We can make this a series, a whole series of a day in the life of a company XO, and pretty much whatever else you want to see. I got a lot of great content coming out. I've been holding off on putting out a lot of videos over the past like few months just because, I mean, I told you it's just been crazy busy. However, we do have a lot of videos in the queue that I'm going to drop, and I'm going to talk about that here in the near future. So if you follow my Instagram, you'll be able to see what type of videos are coming up over the next couple months. With that being said, I'm Alvin the Director, and I'm out.